Hi, I'm Rhonda Farrah. Welcome to my show, Fix Your Reflection First. I have had a wealth of life experiences, both good and bad, like everyone, and the one thing I have learned is that I am wholly responsible for the results. As I have evolved to liking the person I see in the mirror, my life has changed for the better, and that is what I help those that I coach do too. Please tune in every week as I will coach folks, listen to stories of success, and give you the tips and tools I have learned to make sure what you see is something you love and help you fix your reflection first. Welcome to Fix Your Reflection First and Live Your Best Life Ever. I'm your host, Rhonda Farrah, and this is Transformation Talk Radio Network. We are live, so if you have a question or there is something on your heart or mind you'd like to share with us, please call in 800-930-2819. 800-930-2819. Our program, Fix Your Reflection First and Live Your Best Life Ever, is dedicated to awakening hearts, minds, and most especially spirit to our innate power from within, our authentic power from within, the power to thrive and not merely survive. Wherever you are in life, if you are not living the life that you want to be living, the life that you desire, perhaps the life that you dream about, you have come to the right place. We are so happy that you joined us today as we continue to explore how we may be mindful and make better choices to living our best life, the best version of ourselves. Today we have a special guest, Cordelia Gaffar, who I will introduce in a moment. But today's episode is all about reversing self-doubt and second guessing with Cordelia Gaffar, and she is an expert on that topic. So ask yourself, how often do you doubt yourself by second guessing your first mind? Where does that second guessing live in your body? Why does that second guessing live in your body? These are all very relevant questions in our world today with the change and the disruption that is going on. So that's why I invited Cordelia Gaffar to be our guest today. Cordelia Gaffar is a globally sought-after speaker and movement facilitator. She is a 4-time best-selling author of 8 books and 2 Time Award-winning host of her personal podcast, The Free to Be Show. She is certified in sports nutrition and a form of somatic dance called MVT 109. She is the ultimate joy goddess, guiding emotionally exhausted women of a certain age to choose pleasure so that they can enjoy multi-orgasmic living. Welcome, Cordelia Gaffar.
Thank you, Rhonda. It's a joy to be here.
I'm glad you're here. Very glad you're here. And that's pretty interesting. We've known each other for a few years, and it's and I believe that you really are an expert in how to live mindfully and how to stop second guessing yourself, like looking in the mirror and saying, "Yeah, okay, I'm pretty good. I'm very good." So, talk to us about how you came to do what you do.
Thank you for that question. It was because of all the things that I was experiencing. Everything seemed like just arrows and daggers against me, and all my experiences in life. And, to be specific, in the last 4 years, since we were a little bit out of touch, right? I experienced separation and divorce and got more acquainted with the legal system and saw how one-sided it can be against women, And instead of really succumbing to what they say, even my own attorney, I felt was turning on me. I had my own business, and she said, you're going to have to get a real job. Right. And so just those really disarming and degrading, I think, very condescending comments, those were the nicer ones. um, and, just dealing with that, I declared for myself, you know what? I'm the ultimate joy goddess, because life is not going to suck. Life does not suck. And then as far as second guessing myself, the more I second guessed myself, I ended up getting a shorter end of the stick. So I decided, let me experiment with not second guessing myself. And then again, the world opened up. So that's the overview of how I got to where I am now.
So trusting that authentic power within you, your particular authentic power, let you say, yes, I deserve the best, and the best version of myself is what I will be.
Yes.
So, Joy Goddess, may I call you Joy Goddess?
You may. Thank you.
Welcome. It's catchy trademark that you have, helping women have multi-orgasmic experiences. Care to explain?
Yes. Oh, right. So the rest of the story is right. So I started out working with women with nutrition and fitness, right?
Yes.
But as I was working with them, I noticed that what was keeping them, their barrier from achieving those nutrition and fitness goals, was their emotional state. And going through my divorce, I learned the underbelly of the emotional state had to do with my sexuality. So I went to Tantra school for a couple of years. And along with Tantra school, with any of these ancient practices, you have to go within first, right? So I had to face my conditioning around my sexuality, and I had to face the numbness in my body. You get to touch your body and get reacquainted with sensation. And then after going to Tantra school, I went to Somatic Sexology school, which I'm still currently a student. And it's just taking me even deeper. And so the invitation I offer to women now is, as a possibility, the piece of nurturing, self-nurturing that you're missing is looking at your sexuality. How are you? Do you shame yourself? Do you think speaking up for what you desire, if you choose to completely and just in the smallest detail describe your desire and tell your lover how you want to be touched, how you want to be talked to, and how you want to be caressed, and how you want to be cared for. Do you have judgment around that? Are you feeling insecure around that? And if so, why? And so, whether I'm in the classroom or in the bedroom or with my clients, I'm always open to being curious about what's going on inside of me.
Okay. How has that, taking that closer look on an extremely intimate level, that's very intimate, more intimate, I would say, than the usual form of self-love, self-care, self-respect. How has that made you even bolder?
Yeah, because now I have self-trust, right? Which is one of the hyphenated words that we missed in that list. Right. And with self-trust, now I believe myself. I believe in myself. Anything I set out to do, I'm 100% embodied in that, even if I've never done it before, because of the element of curiosity.
Right.
Yeah.
That has served you, is what you're saying.
That has really served me. Yeah.
A fear. I think many women fall in that group where, oh, we're afraid. I mean, I know many women who have faked orgasms because they don't want to, you know, hurt or be rejected by whoever their partner happens to be. So this is a real awakening for some women that have tuned in today, that it's okay to want what you want when you want it. It's good, you know. Um, what do you think is the reception you get from women who have been in the conventional mode of, I will use the phrase, going through the motions, whether it's in their life, their sex life, their professional life, their personal life? Could you respond to that?
Yeah. So on average, because I take the woman back to her own body and she gets to source her, like by touching, first she becomes aware, oh, I didn't know I don't have sensation in my elbow, right? So guess what? If you don't have sensation in your elbow, right? The elbow is a joint that is aligned with the emotion of frustration.
Mm.
So how much frustration are you withholding from yourself that you don't even experience sensation in your elbow to connect with the emotion, right? And so when they discover that, they're like, oh, wow. And then they want to explore more, right? So it's a very gentle opening and it's a very gentle awakening, and it's received pretty well. So yeah, it helps also that I work with women either one-on-one or in very small groups, like no more than 4 women in a group, you know? So
when you say certain age, Georgia, can you tell us what age?
yes, a certain age, like, well, I'm 51 going on 52. So many of the women I work with tend to be in their 50s or late 40s. As of late, I've had a few women in their 60s as well. Yeah. So, here's a myth I just want to dispel right now. You can have sex until you die. Some people die having sex, some people die having orgasms. So,
Right.
and some of those people are women. So, yes. Yeah.
Okay. What is the let's talk about what is a challenge you find with women, and what are women especially open and receptive to with your teaching?
A challenge is the one of the first things I'll hear is, well, could I just have one orgasm? Does it have to be multi-orgasmic? And I say multi-orgasmic because that's self-nurturing, right? There's multiple ways to nurture yourself. And when you nurture yourself, you may have what we don't classify as orgasm, right? It's an energetic orgasm. So we always think that orgasms have to do with our genitalia, and they don't. And perhaps your whole body is genitalia, right? Because you have skin and sensation everywhere. And so now, as far as what's not very, what women tend to not be receptive to is the last statement. All of your skin can be genitalia, because that is a lot to take in. Think about that, right? So for 50 years, you've been told, don't touch anything, especially not down there, right? And for me to tell you all your skin is genitalia, it's like, oh my God, like I can't touch anything. And at the same time, I'm inviting them to touch everything.
So that's like challenging for some women to understand that. It's more than the concept, it's a truth. So,
Yes.
Research bears it. So that's kind of challenging for them.
Yeah. What
do women kind of go, oh, that's my aha breath, my God breath? They go, oh, thank you. Thank you. What do they respond to with that?
Usually when I introduce them to some movements in the pelvis, right? Because our lower back And here's another myth, right? So as you get older, your lower back gets stiff. It's actually just the inactivity, right? Um, because our hips, our bodies are meant for movement in general, but specifically for women, we should be moving. I don't use that word as a directive, right? Here, I'm using it just as a conjugation of shall, right? So the hips are a portal between worlds, right? And it's creativity. And when we move them on a regular basis, we allow flow and ease energetically throughout our body and with our breath, and it keeps us open. So when I introduce them to a new way to pivot their hips, that's usually like, oh, wow, a little juice actually came out. It's an awakening of sorts.
Okay. Talk to us about somatic dance and what that is.
Yeah, somatic dance, I say it's a modern term for a very old thing. We've always, there's no culture on the earth that does not move hips. So, right? Somatic dance is really just getting in touch with your energy centers or your chakras, and moving that energy in a very sensual way, right? Because it's about connecting with the sensation of your body, the flow of the energy. So when you're connecting, you can feel all that is and connect with the divine at the same time.
What do you mean, connect with the divine? For our listeners' benefit.
Yeah. So connecting with the divine, that's not having to do with any specific religion. It just has to do with the creative energy that exists in the world and the creative energy that exists within us. So is that clearer?
Yes. Okay. Yeah. I think that's the point for many of our listeners as well. Connect with what divine. Is this against my belief system? Will I be damned for this or whatever? And but that's the good news. Okay. You have a giveaway and you say it, the name of your giveaway, because I just love it.
It's called the Soul Release Meditation. Yeah.
What does it do?
The Soul Release Meditation is it's the most magical thing. And this is why I wanted to offer it freely, right? So as we go through life, we're taking on other people's energy on a regular basis. We're definitely in our intimate relationships, whether they're sexual or, friends or not friends, but like your children or your siblings, right? You're taking on other people's energy. But this soul release meditation allows you to release others' energy and reclaim all of your love and your energy for yourself. So if you think about it from the perspective, if you're a married woman listening to this, right, and you've been with your partner for several years or decades, right, and you have been loving this person and giving your love and your energy away to them, and you're feeling empty, and let's say that marriage ends, then this is your opportunity to touch those places, every place that person's caressed, every moment that you've had, and reclaim all those moments of love back to make yourself whole again. So I just wanted to explain a little bit deeper, like how, and it's 38 minutes. So it gets really intense. You'll hear different inflections in my voice. And I also describe some things, that are happening for me so that you may resonate with it and notice, oh, is that supposed to happen? So yeah, I really, it's really such a beautiful meditation, and I think it will benefit your listeners greatly.
Okay. And that link is in our description for this. So people can go there and they can click the link and they can get to you that way. I want to ask a question about specifically releasing past lovers. So if a woman is listening and saying, maybe that's why I have not found the love of my life, can you respond to that?
Yeah, that's quite possible, because when you're, first of all, you don't have the space to receive another lover. And the other thing is you're creating a barrier by holding on to the love of someone else. So that is true when you have not really gone inside to do that soul surgery.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And so it's another point that women, I mean men as well, but we're talking about women now, really need to take that responsibility when they look in the mirror and say, okay, well, this is what I want for my life, and I choose to make these changes so that I can live the life I desire,
Yeah.
which I didn't think I can do. So you're definitely helping women do that. Um, what would you say is the most, what's your takeaway for you with the work that you do?
I get to explore myself deeply every single day. I get to see the reflection of myself in myself and through, with my partner, with my clients. I get to see who I'm being and get to know myself more deeply. I deepen the self-trust. I get to see what self-trust looks like for other humans.
Right.
And I get to really see the evolution of what love and self-nurturing can look like.
Yes.
Yeah.
Would you agree with this statement that the more we trust ourselves, the more we love ourselves, the more we respect, care for ourselves, is what we will attract back to us in a partner specifically?
Yes, 100%.
I mean, I also think that we attract that in every area of our life when we're giving out that energy. But I know that women, and maybe some are too timid to ask, well, if I do this, is this the equation? Will this equal, a better sex life, a better love life? Will this equal intimacy that is much more than sex? Because I do think that true intimacy is, the least of it is physical, in my opinion.
Agreed. Again, like everything we're really discussing is spiritual, right? And because we have bodies, that's the sexual side of it. But the intimate connection that you speak of is the spiritual part, right? And that is the more you have that self-trust and you are a stand for what you deserve and what you want, right? Your throat chakra will open up and you'll speak, right? So it's not just once your heart opens, then you have an overflow, right? And you're able to speak and exactly say, no, don't touch me there, touch me here. Don't speak to me this way. It's like you can use the word, what is it? You can use horizon or you can use something flat, right? So you want, the words matter. Always the words matter. So the more that you open up to yourself, you open your heart, the more you can speak and tell your lover exactly what you want.
This is what I need.
Yes.
Speak that. I want to speak my language. This is what I need. And it's tough. It can be tough, especially as we, get into 40s, 50s, 60s. But it's never too late for a transformation, is what I've found.
Exactly.
So,
yeah.
What would you leave our viewers with, our audience with today?
you can always choose pleasure. And pleasure is as simple as enjoying the air in your lungs,
Mm-hmm.
the smell of your lover's perfume or cologne, and the taste of something you love to eat.
Yes.
Choose pleasure and choose to enjoy it.
Okay. That's a great reminder. It's okay. It's okay, women. It's okay. Here's another reminder, because this was awakening, I think, for most of our audience. And it's always a treat being on or off camera with you. So another reminder, viewers, audience, regardless of whatever struggle or challenge you are facing in any area of your life, understand that we are not alone. We have the opportunity, if we choose, to let all of that, maybe not so good stuff, serve us rather than anything less. So stop settling for less. Whatever tunnel you happen to be traveling through these days, understand that that light is not a train coming at you. That light is the way, it's the guidance, and it's the opportunity to move forward and be the best version of yourself, to live a life that you want to live rather than anything else in all areas of your life. So we thank you for joining us today, Cordelia. We thank you especially for coming with us. Your gift is much appreciated. So hit that link. Folks, you'll also find any other way to reach Cordelia. I'm sure she'd love to hear from you. I'm Rhonda Farrah. This is Fix Your Reflection First and Live Your Best Life Ever. And you have been listening to Transformation Talk Radio Network. So until next time, have a beautiful day every day. And as always, I invite you to treat life as if it were ice cream and enjoy it before it melts. See you next time.
I'm Rhonda Farrah, and you have been listening to Fix Your Reflection First. Tune into Transformation Talk Radio every first and third Monday at 3 p.m. Pacific Time for success stories of folks I have coached. I will be sharing more of my tips and tools that you can use to love the person you see in the mirror and how to fix your reflection first. Live your best life ever by choosing to be bold and courageous, even if it means getting out of your comfort zone. To connect with me, visit helpmerhondanow.com.